live now. Sorry for the slight delay. For some real weird reason, either StreamYard or my laptop or whatever just would not detect my camera and microphone. Both were not working. This kind of never happened before. First time ever. I don't know. Maybe it's because of maybe because a little bit of Chinese New Year fatigue. Maybe, perhaps. Okay, alright, man. Hang on a second. Yeah, let me just sort some things out. Hey, we got some people watching already, you know. I hope you guys were not, you know, watching a blank screen for a good 10 minutes or so. Alright. If you're there, do say hi, man. Let me know who you guys are there. 6 people. Awesome. Awesome. Right. Whoever's watching this, okay, say hi in the chat section. Let me know that you're there. Let me just kind of silent all this first. Right. Go hei fa choi. Go si fa chai to everyone. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, let me just work on some banners first. Chinese New Year. And let me just type out the banner on this. Road to and road to 1. Okay, cool. Very cool, right? Hang on a second. Yeah. Let me just type out this one. Hey, if you're watching this, man, just leave. Let me know. Say hi in the comments. Let me know that you're there. Okay. Patron at typing. Oh, is that 160 characters already? Oh no, not yet. So go to YouTube. .com/studio 2105. So let me save this and let's show it. Ta-da! Here we go. All right. Very cool. Okay, what else has been going on? Let me share my little tab here first. Let's give a little bit of time for some folks to come in. In the meantime, hey, if you're watching this right now, hey, say hi in the comments, man. A couple of you who are, you know, just tuning in but shy, or maybe you're middle of something. It's alright, it's okay. Who's that? Amir! Hi Amir, thanks for leaving a like, man. As usual, this is the bi-weekly Ask Me Anything session. Now, I've kind of settled into this kind of a schedule. So, right, so I will alternate every Friday night between, it's either going to be a MixStream, the live mixing session, which I did last week, right? Do check that out. And then I'll alternate it between, you know, the live Q&As, which I'm doing right now, the Ask Me Anything. Because it appears that quite a number of you actually like the AMAs, man, the Ask Me Anything live Q&As. So, you know, to make everyone happy, you know, let me just introduce a little bit of variety. And I guess it helps as well because it's not it's not always possible to find a suitable content for the mix stream, for the live stream sessions, because I work on a lot of projects. There's always a lot of projects that are going on at the same time, but not all of them are necessarily want to have their songs leaked out, so to speak. You know, in the mix, especially some of the more of the label related work, or some of them they don't feel like or they don't get it. Yeah, to be honest, some people maybe they just don't really get what the whole mix stream live stream thing is about. So so I don't get a response out. Also, sometimes I do want to kind of pick the projects I want to feature on MixStream, you see, because firstly, a lot of this things has got to do with number one, it's got to be a great song first of all. I wish I could feature all of it, but but sometimes if the song's not so great, not so good, it's not really something I want to show to kind of a showcase. Or sometimes especially if it's a project that's not recorded here or not produced by me, someone else, it's recorded elsewhere, and the quality of the audio is not so great. It becomes the mixing session no longer becomes a mixing session. It becomes a problem fixing and problem solving session, so that kind of is something that I don't want to show and showcase during the live stream mixes. Alright, hey folks, right, all of you who were tuning in just now, but please say hi, man. Let me know that you all are there, okay? Alright, just give me a sec. Let me put this out right now on Twitter also. Ask me anything. Episode 19. So we're talking about Chinese New Year. In a second now, you can hear me typing on this because my keyboard's not on there. Did I just say typewriter? Oh man, I'm not that old, okay? Typewriter. The Chinese New Year special. No, because my keyboard's not on was not on a flat balance surface, so it was bouncing around. So your promos, road to 1K. Alright, join me in the live Q&A. And as usual, guys, leave your questions, leave your comments right down here. This is a live Q&A. You can ask me anything. That's what the whole program is called anyway. And by the end of the night, right, we usually wrap this up at about 12 midnight, okay? So I usually will stream this from like 10 to 12. The best question of the night, right, is gonna win a prize, okay? Just give me a second. And what prize will it be? Is it gonna be, okay? Now, this is what the prize is. What I'm gonna giving out is the prize that I'm gonna be giving out will be a copy of this CD right here. Let me just switch it over. This is the Pop Shove It Project E8R sampler CD. It's actually a sampler. So this is a super extremely limited. It's a not for sale CD. Okay, it's a not for sale edition. You cannot buy this anywhere, right? Unless somebody goes and sell it on eBay or Muda or whatever or whatever. Okay, this cannot be bought. This can't be purchased. It was a sampler CD that we put out during our 2012 little tour over at the CMG Music Marathon in New York in 2012. So we put this out. This was something that we printed to sort of give away to whoever, right? All the people that we were going to meet, because it was the CMG Music Marathon was going to be it would be the second largest music conference and festival after South by Southwest. All right, so South by Southwest in Austin, Texas is the biggest, and that's the biggest, and CMJ would be the second largest. All right, CMJ is based in New York, so we printed this, right? those that we brought over there that we gave all away, but we had some additional extra copies. We had like 1 or 2 boxes of like reserve copies that we kept at home lah. The reason being was that in case our original shipment somehow got lost or stolen or damaged or whatever, we still had some backup. So that's why we had like 1 or 2 boxes. So there are very few ones left. So I'm gonna be giving away. Okay, best question of the night. Okay, and it's gotta be a relevant question lah. Okay, not like what's your favorite food, apa makanan kegemaran, or your favorite color, or what is your hobby and all that. That doesn't count. Okay, so you can ask me anything related to music recording, mixing, production, mastering, music business, music theory, anything whatsoever. And we got some folks. Hello, Kevin Tessera, Alun. How are you, man? Mr. Lun. Kevin and I go way back. We were both college mates back in the ICOM days. Kevin, you are awesome, man. Awesome. Thanks for dropping in the stream. All right, Kevin, of course, awesome bass man. We all know him. All right. Amir, happy Chinese New Year, bro. Okay, happy Chinese New Year to you as well. And Kevin said that yes, can hear you, but maybe a bit soft. Okay, that's kind of unusual. That's kind of a little unusual, because usually levels have not really been an issue. Huh. Okay, I think I know why. I know why. The mic is picking up from the wrong device. It's picking up from the webcam. That's why, and the webcam is a little bit further away. Okay, sorry guys. Let me switch over to the mic. Okay, just a second. Right. In case there's a pop, you might want to take off your headphones or whatever. In case lah. Okay. Here we go. This should sound better. Now, does this sound better now? Hey. Here we go. Does it sound better, man? No. It's not your fault, Kevin. Sorry, he said. Yep. He said forgot to turn on my Google volume. No, it's not your fault. It's the settings inside StreamYard as well. It should sound better, much better now. Yeah, right. Okay, that's right. And like I said earlier, right when it started streaming at 10 o'clock, okay, actually I was 10 minutes before. Somehow my mic and camera was just, for some reason, it's not detecting. Right, StreamYard laptop was not detecting well. Okay, yep. So anyway, oh hello. We got another guest here, Mr. Kelvin Young. Hello, Kelvin. Looking great, man. Love your avatar with the very festive mood over there. Kevin says, I hear you fine, no issues. All right, and Kevin and Kelvin. Okay, right. One bass player, one awesome bass player, and one is an awesome guitarist. Okay. Kelvin says, okay, now it's dry and better. Okay, because now it's definitely better because now you're hearing me from the mic, which is right down here next to me. Before that, it was the webcam mic, which was further over there. See, okay, but I could hear you well earlier on. Okay, right. So now, maybe without further ado, as I mentioned, okay, keep your questions coming in. Okay, send me your questions. Best question of the night is gonna win a copy of the CD. I'm gonna be sending it over to you. All right. Malaysian audiences, everything need to be motivated, everything needs to be incentivized. Well, incentivized and motivated is a nice word. It's a nice replacement for the word bribe. Always have to be bribed to participate in kind of any events, right? But anyway, all right. First things out of the way, okay. Koi Fa Choi, happy Chinese New Year to you, right? Kevin, Army as well, okay, right? Thanks for sending in your Chinese New Year wishes as well. How's your Chinese New Year, guys? Um, uh, how was your experiences with your reunion dinner and all? And how was the first day of Chinese New Year today? Of course, right? It's first day of Chinese New Year. Some of you will also be probably be watching this on the replay. I will also upload the stream replays on YouTube the following week. I'll always put that up on YouTube. Okay, so well, if you are watching this, and maybe in a week's time, or who knows, maybe in a month's time from now, let me know how was your Chinese New Year. Okay, all right. So, how was Chinese New Year for me? Whew, I guess it's kind of the I guess it's kind of tough and a little bit not easy for everyone. I would say that kind of last year in 2020 the Chinese, we were fortunate enough that because Chinese New Year was earlier, we managed to at least celebrate lah, right? Managed to have celebrations before MCO hit us, before we were all locked down, right, for the next year or so. But hopefully, but of course, this meant that I guess hopefully for me personally, I was prepared for it. I was kind of emotionally and mentally already foreseeing and kind of preparing ourselves that this is gonna be whatever situation that we're gonna be in is gonna be for the long haul, right? At least 2 to 3 years. Some people say as long as 5, 6 years or more. Until the leaders of the country and leaders of the world get their act and get their shit together, and get on with proper mass testing and have their vaccination programs, right? Installed. But that is a topic that's way beyond, above my pay grade. Okay. Okay, so cool. Right. So Chinese New Year is that I had a reunion dinner yesterday at home with my mom, with my nephew, and my goddaughter. All right. So we stayed here. We had a reunion dinner at home at my apartment lah, here in KL. Like I stay kind of like 10 minutes away from the studio, only, so we're very nearby. And wow, yeah, it was kind of weird. My cousin sister, she she prepared actually a pun choi, right? You guys, right? For those who don't know what a pun choi is, basically it's a whole bowl with a whole mix of different ingredients. There's seafood, there's scallop, there's meat, there's vegetables. It's a whole one entire bowl full of awesome good stuff lah. So we actually already had prepared already some of our ingredients for and food and stuff, and then she kind of call us up and say, hey, oh, I made this little small pun soy for you. Okay, so we went to her house to collect it lah. Went and picked it up. Turned out it ended up being this huge bowl of all the food inside, and we had that for reunion dinner. We ate that for lunch. I just had it for dinner as well, and there's still left over for lunch tomorrow. So that was a huge amount of food. Okay, so very big thank you to my cousin sister, right? My cousin Joyce, right? Who prepared this for us, right? Thank you so much. Okay, right? We really love you. So this year my mom didn't go back. Usually a tradition is she would go back to her hometown in Setiawan, and then she would spend a couple of days as well in Taiping, where her brother stays there, before coming back to KL. For me, Chinese New Year is for me, I tell people, right, when they ask me, oh, how's your Chinese New Year celebration like? I said, for me, my family, a Chinese New Year celebration very easy one. Because all of my immediate family, right, at least on my paternal side, my dad's, my father's side, are all KL folk. So I tell them, oh, for Chinese New Year, first day of Chinese New Year, everything is settled by lunchtime. Easy, very easy. We will all gather together at my aunt's house, which is actually my grandma's house. But my grandma has already since passed away a couple of years ago. So that would be our traditional gathering place. All right. It would either be that, or we would actually now, if based on seniority in our family tradition, we will always go to the most senior person. The most senior person would actually be my dad's house, which is again in Bandar Utama, which is like again 10-15 minutes from, well, it's 5 minutes from the studio, it's 10-15 minutes from my apartment, so we all stay very very near lah. But I do have my other uncles and relatives who are all the way in Samaju, in Cheras, and so a little bit beyond 10 km lah. So unfortunately, right, we could not meet up. Okay, so what I did was I organized a sort of a Google meeting room, and then everyone just kind of clicked on the link and jumped on Google Meet lah. So that was a weird, kind of a weird experience. Sometimes it will get a little bit hectic because with everyone with their microphones on, if they're talking at the same time, and then everyone's talking is like I can't hear anything, so I had to go and mute some of the mics, because when, let's say, my auntie in Klang, their family was trying to talk with my another uncle in Cheras Kapong side, all right, they can't hear each other because the other meet at Waksamaju there they were all talking in the background, so I had to go and mute it, being the moderator. So modern challenges in dealing with that, you know. So yeah, so that's kind of basically what Chinese New Year is, Ben. Even though it's the first day, I guess technically I'm kind of back still on holiday, but I'll be back to work tomorrow. In fact, right after we finish the stream, I got some mixing work to do lah. Okay, so that's pretty much my story of Chinese New Year. Let me know, man. How have your Chinese New Year been? Okay, let me know. And hey, we got a couple of other people watching as well, right? Shazwani Mohsin, hello Wani, thanks for leaving a like. Okay, I do really appreciate it. Okay, and Izzat Amin as well, thanks for leaving a like on the video, right? That really helps as well. It helps with the algorithm, so please do leave a like. And if you're watching this on YouTube later on as well, please do leave a like. Okay, all right, so cool, let's get down. We got a couple of questions right now. So first question of the night, talking about CDs, right? Talking about CDs, where do you see music formats being the norm in the next 5 years, meaning, for the lack of a better term, the new norm? So what will music formats look like in the next 5 years? Oh, okay, all right. Do I look like a fortune teller to you? Okay, all right. Hang on a second, You know, I'm no visionary. You know, I'm not someone who can sort of foresee or foretell. I don't really have the foresight of what's going on. But here's what I can sort of tell you, right? Music formats. Digital is here to stay. The benefits and and all the advantages of a digital medium far outweighs that of a physical format already. Physical formats, they have a novelty value. They have what we call, it's a collectible. There's a collectible value for there lah. But the problem is that and it's a whole complicated issue. So I always get this question, right, from bands who ask, oh, should we still print CDs, or should we just focus on digital? I say it, and the question is very simple. It's very simple. Stick with digital. Just go with digital release, unless you have, number one, you have touring plans, because that's kind of only the real platform where people will buy your CD, your physical CD, is when you go and play gigs and tour, right, along with your merchandise and all that kind of stuff. That's where CD sales, right, for independent bands and independent acts are still relevant. Well, or at least they were still relevant until the beginning of 2020 lah. So now with the pandemic, no touring, no gigging, no in-person on-ground events and all that sort. There's no more touring circuit. I guess that's just accelerated, right? The accelerated the demise and the extinction of the CD as well. Now, not to say that it's really 100% gone. Again, it's got collectors and collectible value to it. So if you want to do CDs and all that stuff, you need to really package it. I would say you need to bundle it with stuff lah, right? Just the CD alone, people are not going to be willing to spend the money on it, right? Bundle it with merchandise, bundle it with a couple of stuff. You can bundle it with maybe things like, heck, make it one on personalized signature, but send a personalized postcard or a personalized 10-minute, 15-minute video call or video session or something like that, right? One-on-one to people who buy the CD. These are things that you have to make it, we call it premium. You make it a premium package. You premium bundle the CD with it. Just selling a CD alone nowadays, right? Unless you are willing to accept you're going to sink the cost into that, it's basically cost that's gone down the drain lah. All right. Anyway, so music formats in the next 5 years, definitely digital. And then number 2, surround formats, immersive audio. This is, when it comes to virtual reality or augmented reality, this is where the music formats need to look forward and go towards lah, right? So I have challenged one band to try, and if they want to experiment, to do a mix in an immersive audio in a binaural format. Okay, but again, it depends on whether the band wants to take it up lah, right? Still in the process of recording anyway, so there's ways now to mix, right, for a binaural format. So binaural meaning, right? Binaural meaning it is a form of immersive audio, which when you listen to on headphones, again, all of these actually only work either when you have a proper surround system, like nowadays in the like an Atmos system like that, or headphones, right? So it works only in these two platforms. Like, so yeah, that's where I think it's gonna go, man. That's a great question. Multi-channel, surround audio, immersive audio, binaural, okay, all those kind of stuff. That will all be that's the audio formats of the future. And that, of course, right, as bandwidth gets better, internet speeds gets better, we get 5G, 6G, 7G, 8G, whatever, right? So that's where we go. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let me skip ahead. And hey, Wani says hi. Hello, JD. Happy Chinese New Year to you. Thank you, Wani. Right. Happy Chinese New Year to you as well. Wait, hey, we all Malaysians, we all celebrate all our festivities together, man. Right? It's so awesome to be in Malaysia, where we get to wish all of our friends from different backgrounds, from different cultural, different religious backgrounds. We get to wish them, to screw those people who say that you cannot wish each other. Okay, it's like whatever, man. Right? Okay, anyway. Again, it's not a platform for me to go into political stuff. Again, it's above my pay grade. By the way, Wani, okay, hey, do share this. Ask Me Anything is not only a platform where I take a question from the viewer or from the audience, and then I just spurt out and regurgitate whatever answers and knowledge that I might have. Let me put this cup at the side first. I don't want to put water near my equipment, you see. But it's also, feel free if you want to share your stuff, right? Everyone has put up new stuff. Wani, I know you have new songs out, right? Stuff like that. Feel free to share. Just type it in the comments. I will post it up, for people to they can go and check it out. And even those who later on who watch this also on YouTube as well. And one thing that's in progress right now, okay, we actually did a special project together, Wani and I. We did a little collaboration video. I'm actually in the process of editing it right now as right after I finish the stream, and get some work out of the way. I'll be editing the video. Right, so it's gonna be a cool video, right? Wani, feel free to share the link to your first single, okay? Right, and I will definitely share it out for people. Wani is a awesome singer, right? Anybody who wants to look for a female singer to guest on your projects, hey Kelvin, you can look for Wani, man, right? She's gonna be a great singer as well. Okay. And then same goes as well. Kelvin also, right, is in the process of, you're right now in the middle of putting out new music. And just last week only, Kelvin was featured on the episode of MixStream. So go ahead and check that out, okay? Alright, here we go. So let me just kind of take a look. There we go. Episode 20, just exactly a week ago, alright? Okay, here we go. Yeah, so this was an episode. So, alright, Kevin has also put out some new songs, right? Recently, I think the Dinosaur Party song was recent. Again, feel free, Kevin, right? Go and share it to all the viewers who are going to be watching this, okay? Right, so let me just kind of move on to, let's see, should we go into a question or should I go into the special promos first of all? Okay, now, so my kind of first topic that I want to mention, which is want to have a little chat about Chinese New Year, so that's out of the way. Secondly, I kind of want to talk about special promos. Okay, so let me just get into the Patreon page for a second. Let me just go right into it. Okay. I see there are a couple of questions already. Hey, if you're watching this right now, please do say hi in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Because sometimes, we get friends that call all the way from... Heck, I think the furthest I ever got was all the way from Canada. for some awesome, man. You guys are awesome. Let me just log into this Patreon page to kind of share with you what all of this is about lah. Is it in Patreon or is it in, or did I put it in Facebook? It's probably easier if I just put it on Facebook, right? Facebook is very particular. They kind of prefer to, if you kind of promote your link within Facebook itself. Okay, right, I think I will go to Facebook. Okay, I will go to Facebook itself. And oh hey, a couple of others. Thanks for, hi, come on Lukman, thanks for leaving a like. Right, hey, you guys have left a like over there but never say hi. It's alright, man, no worries. Okay, let me go to the my Studio 2105 page to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So now there are two promos, okay, that I kind of want to share, two offers. So first of all, right, as you can see down in the ticker, the banner that's going down below, okay, so there are a couple of ways that you can really help to support the channel and the creation of content such as this. As I mentioned earlier, I will alternate between a mix stream, alright, a live mixing session on a Friday night, and I will alternate it with the Ask Me Anything sessions, okay? Because I feel that after doing this for almost a year, this is like a good balance, okay, between the two, right? And some of you folks out there actually do like the AMA sessions based on the feedback that I've been getting, so right, so let's keep it that way. So it will be a bi-weekly thing. Mix stream will be, right, 1 week and then followed by Ask Me Anything, then the next week will be another mix stream, and so on and so forth, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. So besides that, there are other tutorial videos as well on my YouTube channel. There are also the one that I do weekly is called the Weekly Update Wednesday episodes. Those are obviously coming up on every Wednesday lah. So these are all the videos that I have here. Man, it's like There's like 100+ videos really. I kind of lost count ever since I started doing this, doing MCO1, the first MCO. Alright, so what a journey, man, that it's been. Okay, so anyway, I'll talk a little bit more about that lah. But right, to do all this content is all for free. There's the direct access music production workshop videos as well. All of this content is free for you all, right? All I ask is that, if you are watching this, whether you're watching this right now on this live stream, or if you are how to say, right, or if you're watching this on a replay later on, in whether on Facebook or YouTube, if you want to help to support the channel and help to support the creation of content, like I said, right, I just recently shot a special video with Wani, right, Shazwani. That's going to be out real soon as well. That's going to be very, very cool, because that song, what we did was we recorded one of Wani's songs, right, one of her latest her brand new singles, using a microphone, one single microphone, the Vanguard. Again, more videos, right? All these unboxing videos are going to come. I know I've promised to do all these videos, but I'm doing all this alone, one man show, all the filming, all the editing, I do it by myself. So man, that's a lot of work, man, so hats off. So anyway, back to, if you want to help to support the channel, right, do head on down to my Patreon site. That's the kind of the best way. Alright, if you want to support the channel financially, head on to www.patreon.com/studio2105. Okay, so Patreon is a platform. Let me just maybe quickly stop sharing this. Let me share another page with you. Okay, let's go to Patreon. Here we go. Okay, there we go. So this is the Patreon page. Let me go to the home page where people can see. Let's look at it. Okay, right. 10 active patrons, $37 per month. Patreon is very, very transparent. Okay, it's very, very transparent, right? There is no hidden. We don't hide anything from folks or from people. And here we go. Yeah, so public page. Let's go to the public page. So if you are, because this is obviously the creator page, so this is the public page. So select the membership level. So there are, right, you can sign up, become a patron. There are different tiers. There are different membership levels of subscription that you can join in. There is, right, all the way from as low as $1 a month, right, you get the level 1 access. And these are the types of benefits and the perks that are listed here. You get to the access to the FB community group, right, patron only posts and messages, and to support the continued creation of the direct access videos lah. Right, that means all the videos on the channel. Right, then moving on, you have, right, MixStream access. Right, MixStream access, $3 per month. You get YouTube credits. You get a shout out, right, in the YouTube videos. Now moving on, you have direct access patrons. Now direct access patrons, now another perk and benefit that they get would be the one-on-one tutorial and mentoring and consultation sessions. So we do this once a week with some of the patrons, right? We will do a one-on-one session. That session is usually limited to about 40 minutes, right? Because we do it on Zoom. We cover anything, any sort of topic that they want to ask about, or if they have an issue with their a project that they're working on, right? Technology is here nowadays where we can, right, view each other's screens. I can show them what's on this screen. I can see what's on their screen, and then I can even remote control, and the audio is being streamed live in high quality. So, right, I can even technically mix a project on their laptop, right, remotely from where I am here. They could be anywhere in the world, and I could, go into their DAW, take over control, open their compressor settings, open their EQ, mess around with it, and do that, right? So that's one of the perks lah, for just $5 per month. Okay, right? And beyond that, there is of course the VIP. Now for VIPs, you can check it out lah. Right, there are lots more other benefits as well. Okay, with VIPs, you get discount coupons. Now, the VIP thing, right? I'm surprised that not many people have figured it out yet. But if you kind of know how to game the system, right? VIP is $10 per month, which is about 40 ringgit. You get 20% discount on all of the published rates and studio services, you know. So, hey, you know, I'm gonna give you an example, okay? So, for example, if you're a band or an artist and you want to record, you want to do a recording and mixing for your upcoming single, all right? So usually, okay, again, I'm very transparent in all my rates and prices. All of it's published on on the internet. There's no wishy-washy like, oh, I don't show my rates. I quote you personally, right? You DM me and I give you a quote. No, I prefer to be very transparent, very upfront. This is how much it costs. So for example, if you want to record and mix a song, we do the most popular option that most bands and most clients offer with the recording package, which is 1,500 ringgit. So here's the thing: if you sign up to become a VIP patron, alright, a VIP patron, it's $10 per month, right? You again for that 1 month lah. Okay, so it's $10 per month, alright. You can discontinue after 1 month. That's fine, right? You know, because you can always cancel your subscription after 1 month, but then that's totally fine, right? If you feel that you don't want to, if you just want to make it as a one-off thing, that's okay. So it's $10 per month, but I give you a 20% discount over your rate. So you know, imagine if that's the package, a 20% discount would be 300 ringgit. So you are going to save over 250, nearly 260 ringgit just by signing up to become a VIP patron for that month, right? And it applies for everything. It applies for the studio rates, studio hours as well. Okay, it applies for even mixing packages, mixing fees as well. Anything that's published right on in my Facebook, my services page lah. So hey, you know, I would really appreciate it. Okay, now again, can be a one-time 1 month thing. Then after 1 month, you can cancel. That's fine. But if you want to continue supporting, that would be really appreciated lah. That would be so awesome. Okay. Anyway, so that's one of the so talking about the special promo. So this one, there is a special offer that's running. So if you sign up, okay, to here we go, there we go, here it is. Okay, let me just kind of go over it. Now, if you sign up to become a VIP, now this is during Chinese New Year, so this is going to be valid until end of the month, 28th of February. So if you sign up to be a VIP, anyone who signs up to become a VIP patron within the offer period, right, until the end of February, end of this month, is also going to get this CD, okay? All right, they're going to get a free copy of the Project ER Pop Shove It sampler CD as well. So again, wow, you know, for a 40 ringgit deal, sign up to become a patron, you get a discount, which if you, let's say for example, are using it for the recording package, it will save you like 260 ringgit, almost 260 ringgit, plus a CD, which is super limited, not for sale one. CD would, let's say, what, 20, 30 ringgit. You are going to be saving almost 300 ringgit worth of saving, man, just by signing up to become a patron, okay? Okay, I reckon that's probably how it works. So, right, we really appreciate it, lah. Okay, so that's one of the offers that that I have. So do check it out, lah. Get onto Patreon, right? I'm running that offer right now. Okay, running that offer right now. It's also here. You can also kind of click. It's also on the Facebook page. Let me kind of remove this. Let me share. Remove. How we do this? Share. Oh, we got to stop the screen first. Share the screen with another tab, and this one would be Facebook. Ta-da! Okay, so this is the one. All right. This is the offer that I'm talking about. The Patreon offer. So it's a free CD for all the VIPs and upgrading. So if you are an existing patron as well, a big shout out and a big thank you, right, to those of you who have been supporting all this while, right? They all get credited. You all get credited in my in all the videos. So without you guys, right, without your support, right, it would it would be hard lah, okay, it really helps to motivate me and to keep me right incentivized to keep on making all this content for you. So right, do check it out as well, okay. So this one is the until February 2021. Go to patreon.com/studio2105. Okay, right, cool. Now there's one more offer which I'm putting out. This one I actually put it out last year as well. This one is more of a straight up offer lah, right? Right. 恭喜发财 promo. Yay! Here we go. Little cute little cow and an ox there. Okay, let me go to. Okay, so this is just a promo, right? I kind of always do it, right, during some festive seasons and all that. So this would be the 恭喜发财 promo. Okay, 恭喜发财 promo. So what I'm going to be doing this is that, right, again, head on down, go to the Facebook page, right? All the details are there. This is basically a 20% right off lah. Okay, so this is another option as well. Okay, so but this is again super limited. Okay, this one again, it does not involve the Patreon subscription. It's different. It's more of a one-off thing. So if you're not really someone who wants to go with Patreon, you know, or all that, right, you can also enjoy this little promo lah, okay. But check it out, right? So those are the two promos that I've got going on. So let's go back to, where should we go back? Where should we go back to? Let's go back to this for a second. La da 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 da. Alright, okay. Interacting as your profile. How do we do this? Is this in full screen mode? Okay, right. Okay, I'm confused. Let's go back here. Alright, so let's go back to a couple of questions, okay? Right. Because there are a couple of questions in the comment section also. Oh, Kelvin's got a question. Let's see. Question 1, you have RM2K or less and you want to become a recording hero. What's the best bang for buck for a startup kit for any musician at home today? Wow, less for 2K. Okay, alright. Okay, so with it's not a very direct question to answer. I don't know whether I can actually answer that question right now, but actually it's actually a good discussion topic. There's another platform, okay, there's another page which is called the Music Producers Malaysia page, and we actually have an ongoing thread there which actually was started, I think, a couple of years ago, right? And that was, you know, the ideal, what would be your ideal studio setup for less than RM10K, right? And that was 10K because realistic, to be realistic, if we really need to do a proper studio, right, that would be really the bare minimum amount lah to get by lah. But okay, but now 2K or less, right? Obviously, right, this is going to be a much simpler setup, right, for home recording. 2K, one thing that I can tell you, you're pretty much going to rule out monitor speakers already. You're ruling that out already, because a good pair of monitor speakers, one pair alone, is going to cost already half the price of that, you know. Well, maybe you can get by with an Aries, but you know, like the smaller Arises, the 4 and 5 inches, but you can't mix on those for shit, okay? Right? Pardon my French and the expression. I've done a video on this before, you know, on my opinions on what sort of monitor speakers that you should go for. Anything less than 6.5 inches, you really can't. It's really not for mixing. It's just there for listening. You can use it as an additional pair if you want to. The small speakers just to check for balances and all that. But really for mixing, You know, anything smaller than 6.5 is not going to allow you to, or enable you to judge the low end at all. Okay, so that kind of rules out already. So if you're under 2K, automatically it's headphones. Invest in a good pair of monitoring, right, reference headphones. Okay, right, that money should go towards that lah. Rule out the speaker, monitor speakers. Well, I guess if you want to start recording, you know, and again, it depends on what kind of musician you are. Whether or not you are going to be playing keyboards or anything like that. But I think that will be essential. You need some kind of a basic keyboard controller nowadays, lah. Whether you are a keyboard player or not, because it will help you when it comes to programming, when it comes to writing keyboard parts and all that. Right? You can't be drawing with a mouse and with a mouse clicks trying to draw MIDI notes. Okay, you will cry lah. Okay, if you end up having to do a whole project using that. So less than 2K, great question. I think what I'll do is we'll start this thread in the Music Producers Malaysia page, because that usually will get the whole discussion going lah, and we get a lot more wider sort of feedback. We get a little bit more wider sampling of what different data options there are that's below 2K. But it will probably be down to interface, headphones, microphone, keyboard controller. Then you, again, don't forget all the other accessories that you need: your cables, your mic stands, your pop filters, etc. Some money for software as well, right? Let's include the DAW. Don't forget all that, because we want to be using licensed software. Okay, right? You want to, if anybody wants to talk about crack software or pirated, right? As we say in BM, pergi main jauh-jauh. Okay, please go and play. This is a room for adults only. Okay, anyway, right, that would be a great question. Let's see. Kelvin's got another question as well. Wow, let's check it out. Okay, right. Okay, Kelvin says, E-music players keep getting better. Should we all prepare for the future and record in FLAC and shoot for the highest possible sampling? Okay, yep. In fact, that's actually what most of the major labels, at least over in the US and Europe, they already expect and demand this already. They already expect and demand that you deliver and you record minimum 24-bit, I think 88, but I think they're asking for 96. It's 2496K already if you want to work on major label projects, right? At least over there lah. Here, they don't really have that requirement yet. So, question, the answer is really simple. Yes, of course, definitely. You want to future-proof your, right? I would say you want to future-proof your material as well. You know, you don't want to end up in a situation where your material, your music is like not acceptable for future systems, or future, what we call future broadcast or distribution systems of the future. So I would say definitely, man. I mean, there's always the argument of whether or not is it really worth it going to 88 or to 96K and all that. Now that debate is really not the sort of thing that I want to go down into. It's a little bit pointless, okay, because in the end it still boils down to your music, but it does help to be aware. Again, like I said, if you are contracted to work with a major label project, and their demands nowadays, like I said, in the US and Europe, is 24-bit 96K already. If you are given a project and you have that budget for a major label, you should be able to afford equipment, and a system that's powerful enough to record in 2496 lah. Okay, right? But anyway, right? Just go for 24-bit 48 nowadays. Look, 48K is kind of the really minimum. And when you work with video nowadays, invariably almost everything, all of our music ends up being consumed right in video format. YouTube, right, your YouTube videos and all that. Video by default is really 48K. So right, again, to me 48K sounds better than 44.1. Again, that's a whole different topic where I don't want to go into, because right, it will, a lot of people will, a lot of people will call you out on that. Say, oh, what's the point? Everything is going to be 44.1, right? So, well, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, man. But facts are facts, okay? Right? Higher sampling rates do sound better. Whether or not it's worth it for you, okay, that's your own question you have to answer, lah. There's some people who will have the opinion, yes, if you want to future-proof your music for future platforms, delivery platforms, and different mediums, yeah, definitely record in sampling rate. But if you're not, but if you're someone who doesn't really care about what your music, whether an audience 10 to 20 years, 30 years down the line are going to bother you, you're not concerned about that, right? Maybe you feel that, oh, my music only got a lifespan, and there are a lot of people who actually think like that. They think that, oh, my music lifespan is going to be 2 weeks or a month, and after that people forget about it already. So there's some people who actually have that opinion. So again, it's not wrong. It's not a wrong opinion, okay? But hey, one thing I do want to point out is that you mentioned, Kelvin, FLAC. FLAC is a compressed audio format. It's not a format that you can record. Well, actually, I think you can probably record in FLAC. Maybe some devices can record in FLAC. But this is not considered a high resolution format, even though, right, FLAC stands for free lossless audio codec. So it is actually still a compressed audio, right? But it's just a codec where it doesn't rely on on things like the masking, not the same like MP3 and AAC, you see. So definitely FLAC sounds a lot better, but it is still not a compressed audio, right? Most of the DAWs and systems are not going to be able to natively, they will not be working in FLAC, because again, with a compressed audio format, you need to encode, decode. Although there may be a way of working with it, I don't see how lah, right? If you import the FLAC anyway, or any kind of a compressed audio into a DAW, it gets converted into a wave or AIFF. So right, so yeah, definitely, right, start with at least 2448, because that is, I would say nowadays, at least go for 24-bit. Please don't record in 16-bit anymore. 16-bit is, right, I always use the analogy, all your cameras and devices nowadays will have at least 1080p HD already, because that's the easiest way I can explain to a layperson why you still want to use a phone from the early 2000s, right, at 480p. You want to record a video at 480p and with that kind of a video format, right? So go ahead, okay? Right, great question. So definitely, right, hopefully that answers it lah, okay? Hopefully that answers the question. So definitely go for as high as possible that your system can support, okay? Right, what time are we now? Wow, it's now 11:13. That's cool. We've got about 45 minutes left, okay? And let's see, Amir's got a question, right? Oh, okay, hang on, I popped it into this 32-bit float. Okay, sorry, Amir, I get to Amir punya question nanti, right? I'll get a little bit late about this. How about 32-bit float? Okay, here is where a lot of people are really super confused. Now, 32-bit float, you got to understand what is floating point precision and floating point measurement, okay? 32-bit float, right, is actually just it is actually just 24-bit resolution. So floating point precision is, again, I have to go back and re-examine my digital audio, look into my digital audio books again. But 32 bits, right, processing, and in fact now we have 64-bit already. All it does is that inside a digital system, a floating point system will allow you to calculate and encode to very, very, very high numbers. Okay, let's see, 32 bits. Let me get a calculator. So a 24-bit resolution gives you up to 144 dB of dynamic range. Okay, so here's the difference. CD 16-bit gives you 96 dB of 96 dB of dynamic range. That means it's dynamic range here, meaning the lowest sound that can be encoded to the maximum loudest sound. So 24-bit gives you 144 dB. Okay, now 32-bit, when it goes to floating point, you are not actually increasing the resolution of the audio. It is actually still 24-bit. Floating point is it's for the DAW internal calculation. So in 32-bit, in theory, it will give you 192 dB of dynamic range, right? So this 192 dB, it's a floating point precision calculations inside the DAW. So what this means is that in 32-bit float, right, it makes it very hard, virtually impossible for you to clip the audio internally. That's basically all it is. The audio resolution, the actual bit depth of the audio that's being encoded is only 24-bit. So here goes. There's no audio quality difference. 32-bit does not give you a quality improvement over 24-bit. It's exactly the same. It just has those additional 8 bits of extra dynamic range for processing inside within a digital system. Yes, you get a little bit more higher. It's for a little bit more higher precision, but basically it's just to give you a headroom so that internally within a DW it doesn't clip. Okay, so 32-bit float, there's no actual benefit lah, right? There's no sonic benefit to it. 24-bit is fine if you are conservative, if you apply proper gain staging. Oh boy, I sound like a broken record again. Know your gain staging, set your gain structure, record at your proper levels, take care of all of that, and you will never run into these kind of issues lah. So that's the kind of the I would say, oops, sorry, I hit the mic, right? Because this gets me all riled up and all riled up and frustrated because well, I would say, I mean, a lot of this knowledge and information is being lost, obviously, because everything is accessible nowadays on YouTube. All this technology is accessible to most musicians who not necessarily have an audio engineering or background. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, okay? It's great, it's awesome. Technology has enabled, right, so many other people to be able to create and express themselves in so many ways. But a lot of knowledge and information gets lost. So all of these things, like the proper gain structure, knowing about your bit depth, or knowing your knowledge about all that. Again, if you have all that knowledge, you oh well. But then again, that will go into another rant about. Okay, that will be another rant going in all about how that. And I don't want to be that guy. Okay, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that person that old jaded audio engineer guy who goes around saying that, you go around with those you kids nowadays with your laptops and all that, blah blah blah. You don't know how it is to record on analog tape in a console. I don't want to be that guy. Okay, so anyway, to answer your question, 32-bit float, right? No benefit. There's no audio. There is no sonic benefit to recording in 32-bit float. Okay. So anyway, cool, right? I mean, I will get to your question in a while. Amir punya question is like, bro, boleh share sikit pasal mixing gitar, pan left right, and cara EQ untuk atasi phase issue. Sebab bila dengar stereo okay, tapi in mono agak tak berapa okay. Ni macam mana bagi sound kita besar? Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, very interesting. let me have a little thought about this. Okay. Now first of all, okay, untuk guitar tracks ni, sebab bila dengar stereo okay, tapi in mono agak tak berapa okay. Right. Okay, number one. This usually, obviously usually refers to, right, the big rhythm distortion guitars lah, right, big rhythm guitars. So number one, let me assume first of all, yang gitar ni dah record secara double track kan? It is double track, right? Correct? Did you double track it? Was it like, you record one take, and then you pan that take to the left, and then you record a second take, alright, and then you pan it to the right? Was it done that way, number one? Because if it was, right, and this question is gonna pop up, if it was a copy and paste thing, then obviously, okay, that is not gonna work lah, okay? And I will bring you examples. So sorry, yeah. So Amir kata yes, that means it's double track, right? Okay. Now I really don't really know how to sort of answer your. Not to say I don't know how to answer, because I personally never faced that issue. I've never actually faced that, experienced that little bit of issue. Okay. Now, and when you talk about, right, okay, so even though sometimes when you double track, right, two guitars, left and right, you pan them hard left, hard right. Honestly, I don't do any separate EQ. I route them to a single group and just EQ and compress them and treat them together inside the group. You said, but you dengar in stereo is okay, but in mono agak tak berapa okay. Now obviously when you are going to collapse everything into mono, there will always be bound to be a little bit of phase cancellation lah, especially with double track punya parts lah. So memang dah tak boleh dielakkan punya lah, I rasa. Okay, it's gonna be part of it. So I don't know, my answer is, who cares? Who cares about mono? Okay, right. Honestly, I've this topic has gone around for years lah, for decades lah. This question has bounced around, and most of the mix engineers, if you interview them, when you ask them about the mono question, they'll tell you that, hey, it's something you can't control. You will get some kind of a phase cancellation. No big deal, man. It's fine. If it's in mono, you get cancelled. It's no big deal. You get a little bit of cancellation. It's part and parcel of the system lah. But to be honest, nowadays, especially now in 21st century, most listening systems are, even on a phone as well. It not necessarily be true mono, but it's some kind of a stereo. It will have a little bit of a stereophonic system as well. Most kind of a portable Bluetooth speakers or whatsoever will be in stereo already. A lot of people listening on headphones, that's all in stereo. What would be the tiny percentage of people who are listening to things in a mono system? Even TVs, most televisions are all stereo. What else could be mono, right? Anyway, my point is, okay, my point is that if you are mixing, you mix for the platform or whatever the end result that's gonna sound the best for the widest possible audience. And the situations where somebody's going to end up listening on the mono, maybe on a cheaper phone or something, it will sound in mono. It's going to be in the minority. It's going to be in, right, a small percentage of people. Car systems are all stereo now. There's no mono car audio systems anymore, So why should you be so worried and concerned for maybe a tiny minority, right? You mix for the majority of the platforms and the listening platforms and the listening systems that are out there, which are all majority in stereo. And as I think I mentioned earlier on, right? Kevin, right? Kevin Tessera was asking, Alun was asking about, right, the audio formats of the future. Right, immersive audio, multi-channel audio, those are all coming soon, man. So I would say prepare yourself for that instead lah, right? Start with stereo. So nak macam mana bagi sound gitar besar? Okay, now, right, there are a couple of things, right? This is a two-part question. So the part about the mixing, honestly, if you collapse it in mono and okay, some of the things get phase cancelled, that's fine, man. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and if it's only going to be a tiny percentage of listeners who are going to be affected by it, there's nothing you can do. I want to mix to make sure that 90% it sounds good on 90% of the systems. I don't want to compromise how it sounds on a stereo system just because I want to make it sound good in mono. Why would I do that, right? Why do you want to focus so much attention and energy to something which is going to be a small issue lah, to me lah, in my opinion lah, okay? Alright, this I punya pendapat, mungkin pendapat orang lain is different, but again, with so many interviews that I've read, that I've watched and listened with all the experienced producers and mixing engineers, almost all of them, they don't care one, no, they tak kisah one, they don't care. Well, it happens, so let it be lah. Okay, so this is actually more of a part of a two-part question actually. So the second part, Amir pun ask, right, macam mana bagi gitar sound yang besar, right? Couple of things. How do you want to give a big guitar sound? Number one is related to mixing as well, right? It's all relative tau. Mixing is relative. You have to understand that in the stereo mix, right? You kena bayangkan, it is actually it's a frame. It's actually a picture frame, okay? So within a frame, if you were to cram in a lot of elements, and each element takes up space, what happens? All of those elements will need to be small. So what happens if you have fewer objects inside your frame? When you have lesser objects, everything can take up more space and become bigger. So actually, if you want sound guitar besar, have less. Mixing is all about 60%. I've said this before lah, right? During MixStreams and so many videos and all that. Mixing, the end result of mixing has got nothing. A big portion of mixing has got nothing to do with your mixing tricks, your techniques, what plugin you use, what kind of software you use, or what kind of trick or method you use. The majority of what determines the outcome of your mix is your music arrangement, your choice of sounds. Benda dua ni, these two things, your arrangement and your choice of sounds. So if your arrangement is super busy, you have a million tracks going on, you have your drums, you have synths, you have loops, you have this and that and everything, nothing can be big. Everything needs to compromise and to fit in. So right, so there always needs to be a compromise. If you want you cannot have, drums must be big up front, right? Then vocal also must be big up front, bass also must be up front, everything needs to be up front. When everything is up front, nothing ends up front because everything ends up being the same. So if you want guitars to be big, right, something needs to compromise. Drums will need to be a little bit further in the back if you really want your guitars to be huge and massive. Your bass, right, will probably need to sit a little bit further back as well. Okay, although, right, actually the big guitars, massive guitars, right, the relationship between the guitars and bass actually plays a very important role. Then other elements, that means your other elements, if you have keyboard parts or loops, everything had to be in the background, right? Not everything needs to be heard all the time. So that is related to mixing lah. And when it comes to arrangement, right, have fewer parts. If you got so many parts going on, all going on at the same time, how can your guitar sound be big, you see? Okay, there are also other issues about big guitar sound. Number one, when it comes to guitar tone, the biggest mistake in that a lot of beginner guitarists think about getting big guitar sounds is, the biggest mistake is too much distortion, too much gain. I think I was Form 4 or Form 5 when I first got my electric guitar, okay? right? My first electric guitar. I got my first electric guitar and I got my first distortion pedal. Actually, I bought the small crate amp, right? That also had distortion as well, but the distortion was sounded like crap, like shit. So I bought a DoD FX pedal as well, distortion pedal. First time I turned on distortion pedal, guess what? Distortion gain 100% lah. Right? Because that's what I thought. It's like, oh, more distortion must be better. Okay, so obviously right now, fast forward after many years, we all know that more distortion does not actually make your guitar sound bigger. The more gain, when you apply more gain, your guitar sounds more saturated, yes, but it actually sounds much more compressed and smaller, right? It becomes smaller, it doesn't really become bigger. So you need to always find the sweet spot when you talk about gain and the amount of distortion. So depending on whether you're using a pedal, whether you play through an amp, or whether you're using a modular or VST, right? You always need to find the right sweet spot, just enough gain for the right amount of saturation, the right amount of attack in the low end. Because again, if you turn up all the gain, you turn out your distortion, your drive to the maximum, you basically are square wave. It's basically a square wave, like be it a tube or a diode kind of rectification or whatsoever, right? You are basically chopping off the waveform. So it ends up becoming always like a square wave, you see, right? Obviously with a lot of harmonics lah. So one of the things that when you apply too much drive is you chop off the transient. And the transient is the one that gives you the punch, the one that, moves the speaker, that gives you the big. So that can be dangerous when you dial in too much overdrive. So that's one of the things, right? Untuk dapatkan guitar sound yang besar, right? Less overdrive. Now, another thing about getting sound guitar besar is that some people like to layer multiple layers of guitar. So that means after they double track with one, okay, then they maybe find a different setting, a different sound, or use a different guitar. These are all tips and tricks of how to make a much more wider, bigger sound lah. Okay, maybe on the left, right, on layer 1 you use this kind of amp setting. Layer 2 maybe you use a different amp setting. Then you combine and you blend it in together. You can even go a different extreme. Maybe on one side you use a humbucker, another side you use a single coil, or a different model of a guitar. One you use a more of a Les Paul kind of a sound, another you use a Tele, then you blend it. That can be one way of giving you a bigger sound as well, right? When you have a bit more differentiation between the different layers, left and right, you can have a bigger and slightly wider sound, right? Because when everything is too similar, right, it doesn't get bigger, right? You get wide. We call it wide mono actually, right? So yeah, that's another thing. Use different sounds, switch up with different sounds, use less gain, switch different guitars, different layers. But a word of warning with all these multiple layers and layering kind of a thing, okay? There is it's a phrase that we call the law of diminishing returns. Because you will get to a point where it doesn't get any bigger anymore. Instead, it just becomes muddier, messier. Alright, it can be saturated. You can have a wall of sound. You can get that effect when you layer so many multiple layers of guitars. But one of the things that you will lose note definition, you will lose punch. So it gets to a point where there's always a compromise lah, right? You akan hilang, you will have to sacrifice some of the things. So you have to decide where or how much it needs to go, right? Whether you like to layer or not. Personally, I'm never a fan of multi-layering, as in, I won't layer one track left, right, and then switch to a different setting or different guitar and then play the same part again and then do another one. To me, right, again, unless you are super tightest rhythm player, but even the most tight player as well will have a little bit of discrepancies. Maybe if you are super tight lah, you can play each take so tight, right? That all your attacks, everything. When I say attack, means your pick attack, right? All your transients are all attacking at the same time. That you're so tight in such a way, and yeah, well, you can get a bigger sound that way. Boleh dapatkan sound lebih besar lah. But if you are not tight, if you are kind of more the average guitar player, right? Maybe a band that's just starting up is thinking that, oh, I boleh get a bigger guitar sound that way. Tapi playing not tight, not so tight. Then they wonder, hey, why my sound's not getting bigger? It just gets messier, becomes muddy, everything. And then coupled with all the other issues about the tone and all that. So, that it gets to an issue lah, that point lah. Now personally, on my projects when I work with bands, you can probably listen back either maybe my band's work or Strange punya stuff, or right, if you talk about something more popular, Bangface probably with Bangface records and their recordings. It's just left and right. That's all. There is no 3-4 layers of guitar, right? Okay, what I will do is, now here's the thing, is that I will sometimes multi-mic. I will do use 2 mics on the amp, right? And then also have a DI guitar, right? I will always record a DI as well. And sometimes, right, I will maybe, if the production calls for it, right, I have a splitter. I have a Voodoo Lab splitter. You can use any kind of splitter as well, right? There are many other splitter products. Even the simple the line selector. I think the Boss LS2, right, or some kind of a selector ABY switch. Okay, I've got one for sale actually. Where is it? Hey, where is it? Okay, never mind. It's somewhere, right? I got one for sale. If you want to buy, okay, hit me up with it. Okay, right. So anyway, with a switcher, with a splitter, sometimes I can split into different amps. So it is the same performance, same take, recorded with maybe multiple microphones on the speaker, on the amp cabinet, speaker cabinet, and then sometimes split into different amps. So maybe one I will go into my Laney, which gives me more of a classic Marshall kind of a sound. Another one I will split it into my AC30, which gives me a different option, right? Another one will go into a third amp, right? I can split up to 4 amps if I want to, but usually the most I've ever done was split to 3 lah. Then 3 plus DI, then maybe in that sense you can have a much more rich, thick, big sound, right? Because you are blending different multiple mics, blending different amps with a DI, but still based on that one performance, one take. So to me, that's what I prefer lah. Okay, so right, it's a complex question, right? Hopefully I've answered that lah. Okay. Right, kalau hopefully I dah dapat jawab soalan you. Okay, if I'm not, if it doesn't really, please feel free to hit me up. Okay, right, you can always DM me, message me. I will try to answer this question a bit more detail lah. Okay, right, or just check it out. Okay, just go to my YouTube channel. Okay, folks, anyone who's out there, right, on the YouTube channel, go head on to my YouTube channel here. Hang on a second. Let me just How do we do this? Same, stop screen, share, let's go to my YouTube channel, and just check out, right? Check out the, if you want to learn more maybe about mixing, there are two that you can check it out. Number one would be the MixStreams episodes. So for example, the most recent one just last week was Kelvin Young's new song, right? You can check that one out. Or another one, you can go to the playlist. Everything is all arranged to playlist already, right? Either a MixStream or another one if you want to go into a much more in-depth course. I have the entire playlist of the Direct Access 1.0 music production workshop here. So if you're wondering what is this is a whole series of videos, of workshop videos, which I recorded and filmed from my workshop which I did last year. So this workshop is setiap tahun I can organize this workshop setahun sekali. So last year I managed to do it in September, October, right? Just before, you know, all the cases started going up, thankfully, okay, and all the larangan started coming into place, right? So we did this workshop. So there are all the topics about recording. If you want to go into the recording techniques, recording guitar, here we go, right? This episode goes, and right, the camera was going around, and I talked all about recording guitar in here. So I demonstrated what mics I use, how I mic'd it, where I positioned the miking, the principles, the philosophies. Then it followed up with the actual recording session itself, right? Then the recording session, right, goes into the control room of the studio at Big A, right? And then where we recorded the guitar, right? So you can check it out, right? The guitar sessions, you see, right, the screen grab also from the sessions itself. So it's just as if you were sitting there and attending the workshop, okay? So kalau you berminat, if you're interested, right, do check it out, okay? All the videos are there on the Direct Access on my YouTube channel, right? If you haven't done so, please go and subscribe, okay? All right, awesome. 20 minutes left. A couple of things I want to let's quickly go through, okay? Let's quickly go through. We got a couple of other comments as well. So thank you, Amir. That was a great question, okay? Right. Fix selamat kepala. Bro, Tara Raya kah? By the way, happy Chinese New Year. Hey, dah sudah raya, okay? Last night already had the reunion dinner, albeit I actually dah cerita at the beginning of the stream earlier already, but as I said earlier, for me, my Raya Cina is senang because all of my dad's side, my father's side punya relative, semua orang KL. So before the PKP time lah, right? I always tell my friends, hey, how's your Chinese New Year? I tell them, oh, my Chinese New Year settled already. Lunchtime dah settle dah because my family side semua duduk KL. So tak payah balik kampung, okay? Thanks, Vic. Alright. Thanks. Happy Chinese New Year to you as well. Alright. Amir says, thank you, bro, sangat-sangat berguna penerangan. Okay, sama-sama, bro. Alright, thank you very, very much. And hang on a second. Oh, Amir also said, actually, thank you, bro. Dari episode 18 lagi tunggu jawapan. I know, right? I'm sorry, man. Yeah, you know, there's only so much where I can squeeze in the answers. I was thinking of whether or not I can try and squeeze this on a weekly update Wednesday punya episode, but you know, there's so many topics that come around that you know that I can't always possibly answer all of it in time lah, okay? And also especially right when I do the mentoring sessions with the Patreons, because for me, the Patreons actually, I have to give priority to the Patreon subscribers lah. So as I mentioned, right, you sign up to be from either the Direct Access or a VIP patron, you get one-on-one, right, tutorial mentoring sessions, right, with me. We do that one-on-one. So, well, if you want to have that much more personal, if you really have some questions, you want like one-on-one sessions with me, kan? Alright. Right, head on and sign up to become a patron, okay? That would be cool, okay? So, thank you, okay, Amir. Right, terima kasih. Right, maaf, right? Thank you for bersabar. Thanks for being patient and waiting all this while, okay? Alright, cool. So back to a couple of more other questions. Shamsol says, Happy New Year, mate. Okay, oh 07. Oh, oh 07. Yes, indeed. Oh 07. Wow, special offer. Get the PNPS CD. Yes, right. Special offer is if you sign up to become a patron, okay, right? For the direct access and VIP tiers lah, okay. Super value for money, okay, because you not only get the one-on-one touring sessions, you get discount codes if you are VIP, right, and so many other perks lah. So check it out, okay. Cool. Whew. Alright, so we've got about 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes to midnight. And let me kind of go back to, let me just kind of go back to the channel for a second. Okay. Wow, thanks for subscribing. Well, a couple of other guys have just subscribed to the channel. I just noticed. Hey, oh, I didn't realize that, Kelvin, you didn't have that you had this YouTube. Okay, I subscribe back. Okay, you subscribe to me, I subscribe to you. So okay, the last thing I want to kind of mention as well, all right, maybe just before we go, is that I was on my tweet tag wanting to send out a tweet, but in the end tak jadi, forgot about it, totally forgot about it. So right, one thing is that this YouTube channel, I've had the channel for quite a long time, so it's always been right some random videos or behind the scenes stuff which I uploaded. It was never a serious thing. So, but obviously, right, doing MCO, this was the first time it really accelerated lah, right, the purpose of my side of wanting to pursue audio education. It's one of my passions. I've always been asked by so many people over many years already, hey JD, why don't you do workshops, why don't you teach a tutorial? I always say, tak ada masa lah, don't have time, okay. So it ended up obviously doing first MCO, first PKP, with so much time on my hands that I decided, hey, let's get this going lah, let's start this. And this was way back in April the 3rd, 2020. Okay, so the very first one. So there's the very first video where I did an introduction. I called it Introduction to Direct Access MixStream, because I had been thinking about it, right? What was the mission? Right, if I wanted to do a YouTube channel, if I wanted to start doing content, right, there must be a mission, right? And hang on a second. In that video, I'm wearing the exact same shirt that I'm wearing right now. Same shirt. And is it the same jacket? No, different jacket. Okay. Oh God. So this is like 1 year ago. So this video was right in April 3, 2020. Still using my handphone. Okay, alright. Audio quality also. Audio quality was not bad. I actually recorded with a proper mic. So this video, right, was where I really outlined and explained what my mission was, because I think I never want to go into anything without a mission, without a real purpose. I don't want to be just doing this YouTube channel for the sake of it, for the fun of it, or just to feel free time. There must be a mission, So there's a saying that goes, right, the mission informs your action. So the mission of this goal of this channel was, yes, number one, audio education, right? I wanted to, put it out there, share what I know, share whatever knowledge I have, right? About recording, mixing, music production, and all that stuff. I want to put it out there, right? Hopefully, in all these ways, right? But the second half of it was that I wanted to help and support independent music, especially the local and maybe more of the regional music and musicians, because obviously during that time musicians were the ones that were hit, and in fact until now they are still the ones that were hit, one of the worst hit sectors in the industry, because they have not been able to work. Okay, there's no SOPs issued, no guidelines, nothing. It's just been an outright from the authorities say no, no to music, no to performing arts, no. Not even any room for discussion or room for compromise stuff. Anyway, that's a whole other topic lah, right? So musicians have been out of work, they have been struggling, and it's going to be one of the last sectors that will recover. Okay, it's not like any other business sector where you open back, okay, open back lah, alright, open back the sector, then boleh jalan kegiatan ekonomi again. Sorry man, it's related to tourism. When everything's kind of back to normal again, it will take a long time for music, right? There's been so much damage already done lah, okay? So this is one of the ways I wanted to, right, especially on my MixStream episodes to feature. That's why, right, I always want to feature the local music that I'm working on, that I'm mixing, that I've been recording, and one of the purpose of the all of the MixStream sessions is for people to realize and to have a bit more awareness of the amount of work that goes into the music that we all enjoy, that we love to listen to. We all listen to music very easy. We press play, alright, whatever, and we listen to it. But very few people actually realize the number of people that's involved in the making of the music, in the recording, in the writing. It's not only the artists, you have the songwriters, you have arrangers, you have musicians, you have engineers, you have producers, you have mastering engineers, you have, when it comes to doing music videos, you have photographers, videographers. You have so many people that are affected by, right, the lockdown, that's affected by COVID and all of this. So this is one of the ways that, hopefully people will be able to support it lah. So anyway, the last thing I want to mention is that I'm really appreciative of all the support that's been shown. I guess I've been doing this now close to 10 months. First video came out in April 2020. April 2020. So one of the goals, obviously, right, one of the missions that I really want to achieve now is to get to be a YouTube partner lah, okay, because it would really help. For those of you who don't know, right, in order for a channel to be monetized, right, that means you can start running ads, and then hopefully from the ads, some money can actually come into, because with can actually come in, it can actually generate some revenue from the ads. In order to do that, you need to fulfill two criteria with YouTube. You need to have 1,000 subscribers, and you need to have 4,000 watch hours within the past 12 months. So let me kind of share with you right now, okay, into my YouTube channel. Okay, let me just put this here. Here we go. Okay, I'm very open, right, to go into analytics and all that, and there's nothing to hide. Okay, so here we go. Right now, it's now February 12th, going into February 13th, so we're halfway into February. I have about 6 weeks left. I'm now at 931 subscribers, and I really appreciate every one of you. Okay, when I first started, I think I only had 40 plus subscribers, and when I first started it, right, I remember the day when we exceeded 100 and YouTube sends you an email, hey, wow, congratulations, you get 100 subscribers. So now the journey's been 10 months already. It's now 931 subscribers, so I still have 69 subscribers to go. Okay, so right, I really appreciate it if you're watching this and if you're not subscribed yet, please head on down and become a subscriber today. Really help me out to reach that 1,000 mark by the end of March. Right, that's where I need to hit that target as well. With the public watch hours, I was actually worried at first that this was going to be really hard to reach, but it's kind of reaching to 3,500 watch hours right now, and it seems like I will be able to hit it, but I really still need your help lah, right? Okay, I don't want to let my guard down. So do check out the rest of the videos you know, all the direct access music production workshop content. It's all up for free. Usually this workshop, okay, on the ground event, right, it usually costs 3,000 ringgit per person, right, the fees, because it's a 6-week long workshop. So usually it's 3,000 ringgit, but now I put it out online for you guys for free, okay. So all I ask of you is go and watch out and check out the videos, check out all the live stream, the mixing live streams. Subscribe if you have not become a subscriber. My road now is really the goal, and I really have the aim. I really need all the help and support I can get to reach the 1,000 mark, okay, and the 4,000 watch hours, okay. All right, I've grown. I've tried to. I want to grow this channel organically. You know, you talk to YouTube gurus and digital social media marketing strategies. They always say, look, it's not actually hard to hit the 4,000 and 1,000 subscribers thing. You know the algorithm to go and sort of play the game, and you know, to go towards and do towards that direction. You can very easily do it, but I don't want to stray away from the mission of the channel, of why I'm doing this. Yes, I could easily do some kind of viral, you know, video or something like that. You know, it would be very clickbaity kind of topic, but I don't want to do that. I want the mission, this channel to really have a clear mission, right, to relate it to audio and music education. So that's kind of what I want to do lah, okay. Anyway, so I do hope, right, so it is a road to 1,000 subscribers. I hope that I can get there, right, by the end of March. I really right, would appreciate if you can guys would help to share my videos, okay, share it to your friends, ask them to subscribe, share it with your musician friends, people who are enthusiastic about home recording, about mixing, about mastering, music production, right, because and who want to find out a little bit more about, you know, the music and the local music that's going on. Do check it out, okay. Right, that will really help out. Really appreciate it. So awesome. Oh, who else has left? Right, Walter has also left a love there, okay. Walter is one of our patrons as well, right. A big shout out once again to all the patrons. So head on down to YouTube, please become a subscriber, right. Help me out to get to the 1,000 subscriber mark, and also the 4,000 watch hours mark. That would be super awesome, okay. That will be the goal. I'm at the last mile, no, right now. 6 more weeks to go until the end of March, right. There'll be 12 months to hit this goal, the 4,000 watch hours mark, okay, and 1,000 subscribers. Whew. Okay, cool. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share, right, about Chinese New Year, about the special promos. Remember, the promos are out there, right, for the Patreon subscribers. If you sign up to become either direct access or a VIP patron, okay, you get a free copy of this CD here, okay. And let's see, right, we're almost coming up to 11, so I guess it's time to wrap up right now. Thank you so much, Red, for watching. I have other promos as well. Do check it out, the promos that are running until the end of Chinese New Year. Once again, for those of you who are watching this either now or in the replay, right, happy Chinese New Year to all of you. Kong Fa Choi, right? Stay safe, right? Stay happy, stay healthy wherever you may be. Haven't been, do leave a like, whether you're watching this on Facebook or later on down in YouTube during the replay. I really appreciate it. Share this with your friends. Subscribe, okay. We need to hit that 1,000 mark, okay. I need to hit it there, and I guess we'll call it a night. It is already midnight. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you out there. I'll see you again next week. There should be another episode of MixStream. More videos coming out real soon. I'm doing the one, as I mentioned earlier, with Wani. Okay, check that out. That will be out real soon. I guess stay safe wherever you may be. Stay happy, wash your hands, take care of yourself, your personal hygiene, make sure you're social distancing, wear a mask, okay? Take care of your loved ones. It's not only for yourselves, it's for loved ones. It's for, you know, those, the elderly who may be a little bit weak, who may be immunocompromised, okay? Alright? Do it for them, right? Do it for those people that we love and we care for. If it's not for ourselves, do it for them, okay? Alright, okay. So, alright, I don't want to sound like an uncle repeating myself too much. Thank you again, and hey, I mean, there's been great questions, and for the sake of having these are all great questions lah from everyone, but there can only be one. So because Amir, right, the best question of the night would have to go to Amir, okay, right, for his question about the guitars, okay, and because, right, to be fair, because he already asked it 2 weeks ago in the previous episode, and I didn't get down to answering the question because we ran out of time during that time, okay, right, it says, thank you bro, dari episode 18 lagi dah tunggu jawapan 2 weeks ago. So Amir, right, this CD is going to go out to you. You are the going to be the winner and the recipient of the Project ER Pop Shove It sampler CD. Amir, I need you to do me a favor. Please message on the Studio 2105 FB, because you should be viewing this on the FB channel. Please tolong DM PM and message with your full name. I need your full name. I need your phone number, and I also need your mailing address. Okay, delivery address. We'll put this out and send this out to you lah. Okay, right. For those all the others who were previous winners as well, I've already sent that out. Right. At least I've got my team and my guys working on it right now. Hopefully, right. They should be out to you real soon lah. I'll let you know. Okay, I will definitely inform all of you. And hey, it's now 12 o'clock. Time to sign off, okay? Thank you very much as well. Alright, Amir, please message me with your details, yeah? Take care. Till next time. Happy recording and mixing. Peace, love, music out.